Hello Year 11 and welcome to our 8th and last video for our 5th topic here. We're talking about the shape of a distribution today, and I did allude to this in a previous video I think I talked about a normal distribution. Distribution is the sort of pattern within our data to see sort of not just how much they're spread out but where they're spread out. And when we're talking about a normal distribution, we are talking about a distribution like this, where most of my scores are quite close to the mode, to the most common score. So I have a mode, which in this case, being symmetrical, is also the mean and also the median. Here is my most common score, and as I get further away from that most common score, right, the frequency goes down. So lots of scores between, say, here and here, not many scores as you get further away. That is called a symmetrical normal distribution. I have two different types of skewed distribution here. You can see the mode is the tallest part on each of these, but it's not symmetrical either side of that. It falls away sharply on one side and slowly on the other. Now, the side where it falls away slowly is how I describe its skewness. So this is falling away slowly. Some people say it has a tail here on the positive side, right? Think of a number line, negative on the left, positive on the right. This is being skewed to the right. It's as though this were a rope hanging over a wall and someone is pulling on it on this side, on the right-hand side, which is sort of straightening it out. That's positively skewed, and that's negatively skewed, the opposite of that. It's important that you can remember the difference between positively and negatively skewed. Pretty common question to be asked in a test is describe the distribution of this. And you have to say positively skewed or negatively skewed. Rarely is it symmetrical, because it's easier to remember, I guess, and people who write tests just aren't that nice. Anyway, we can have other types of distribution. Right, imagine that I had this. Okay, I have two different peaks here. One might be higher than the other, but nonetheless, here, compared to its neighbours on either side of it, I have a high point. So, two peaks. I could also describe these as two clusters. I could say that I have two modes, right? Peaks, clusters and modes are pretty similar terms. Sometimes the mode is very strictly taken to be the highest frequency. Other times it's just where a peak occurs. It's a bit tricky. Anyway, with two of these clusters, I would definitely call that bimodal. Okay, that's bimodal. And if I had a third one or more, then I might call that multimodal. Right? It has three modes or three clusters, three peaks. Any of those things are fairly interchangeable. Rightio, that's distribution. I don't even have a question for you, an example, because it's really look at it and use one of those words. All good? Hope you enjoy. See you in class.